You don't.
I went to my room. No, I'm like right now. No, I'm like right now. Big.
Tomorrow, Jazz. Next Tuesday, what's tomorrow? Jazz.
Hey, do you have to walk up there?
I don't know.
We go ask us this.
Yeah.
We go ask us.
Griselda.
It's dead, but like,
Let me
yeah.
see. It's dead, but it just turned on.
Well, it's dying.
Where's she going?
She's having fun.
It's just standing for mornings and not sitting. I'm going up brothers. But most days it's falling up.
Okay. Sassy wanted to make sure you got here. See what you did.
I did.
I played for a butt.
Disgusting.
Like pretty fun.
It's just going through everything. Nice.
Always
What did you do?
Yeah, I dropped it like 6 inches on the ground and it completely shattered, and I shattered the color screen, so it was black. It was.
What did you do? Retake that video. Vincent, retake that video of my house. Retake that video. Yeah, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Retake it. Yeah, that was what we're doing.
Texting everybody else.
It's the whole video. Stop. Yeah, just delete it. Oh, thank you.
I didn't see in person.
Video my name when it goes up there. Yeah.
Are you serious? Isabel, where are you going? Perfect.
I'm staying here.
We'll be back.
I'm giving mine out. The certificate. There are some things that some people don't say. I'm Right. That's exactly right. It's a different thing. But you That's always, it's always the person. That's right. Yeah, if you're
I don't know.
yeah, sort of. It's like saying not exactly, but yes. So no, I don't know. Get away when it's time to get away. Yes, but I feel like that. How are you guys doing? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can go through now. Yeah, they did. Really? I'm done.
What's up? Thank you. No. I figured. And I'm glad to have them here.
That's right. Subscribe.
Yes. Hit that little notification bell.
Yeah, so the blue guys
Shannon, do you like my outfit? They said that I had to wear a tie. Yo, you're a little bit underdressed.
She's my sister. You want to be my sister? I don't have a picture of all. I don't get the
Like sitting next to
I'm also yes.
Improvisation's a pretty skill.
I'd like my name on this list, please. My name's not done. Then I want my name on this list. My name's not done. But I know. I said that they need to change,
Thank you so much for being here this evening. We are so thankful for our students and their families and your willingness to be here to recognize excellence in our department. For those who don't know me, my name is Mark Harmon. I'm the chair of the Fine and Performing Arts here at the high school. I teach vocal music, one of 2 teachers who teach vocal music. In the back, we have a slew of people who you'll meet tonight, and some you won't. Just want to make sure we recognize those folks. Mr. Doug Bogatz, Director of Instrumental Music, is waving back there. Miss Katie Hayes. Miss Katie Hayes, Director of Theater, is back there. You can't see her because she's shorter than that kind of. Mr. Greg Kimberly is back there with her. I'll be back there. Miss Aubrey Tate also. And Lindsay Sassy's around here somewhere. She's the other vocal music director. I'm not sure where she is. She's hiding somewhere. She's around. Special thank you to Jimmy Nolan for being here this evening to run the live stream, so those folks who can't be here or feel still a little uncomfortable about being in groups can be here. So thank you so much, Jimmy, for making that happen. This is our first in-person fine arts banquet. We believe that students' participation in the fine arts, fine and performing arts is crucial to their development as human beings, not only during their time as high school students, but beyond. We all know myriad people who have been a part of fine and performing arts who do nothing with music now, but who are better off and are making impacts in the world because of their time in fine and performing arts. So we're so thankful for the opportunity to work with your students, and so thankful for them being a part of our programs, particularly this year, which has been challenging in so many ways. And so the opportunity for us to do this in person, the chance to recognize student excellence in the face of adversity is really, really important to us. So thank you so much. Just want to recognize or sort of put on your radar a couple of things if you're still interested in fine and performing arts events, concerts, and productions coming forth. We have a few things still on the calendar here in the last few weeks. Tomorrow evening in the Commons at 7:30, Mr. Bogatz will be directing the 2 jazz bands. I think it's an unbelievable setting for a jazz concert there in the Commons area, and heard a little bit of what the jazz bands are doing. He gets here long before I do in the morning with those students, but the stuff that I've heard has been really spectacular, so I think you'd really enjoy that concert. 7:30 tomorrow night in the Commons. Next Tuesday night, the 4th of May, it's Star Wars night for those of you who are Star Wars people, right? May the 4th be with you, right? 7:30 in the Law Gym. We have the 2 concert bands and the orchestra, Mr. Bogatz.
Yes.
That evening, orchestra and both bands, both concert bands, will perform in the Law Gym that evening. That's a 7:30 concert. Next weekend, we get the chance during Miss Hayes' tenure here for the very first time to produce a spring play. Of course, was canceled last year. The play is called You Can't Take It With You. It's quite funny from what I've seen and what I hear, and something very worth your time. Both the 7th, Friday the 7th, and Saturday the 8th, 7:30 curtain times for those two productions. And then the following Monday night, May 10th, we're doing our spring local music concert. We're going to split the two concerts in half. We're going to do two separate concerts, essentially. A 6:30 concert with Miss Sassy's two treble ensembles, and a 7:30 concert with the two mixed ensembles that I direct. So a 6:30 concert for Miss Sassy's students, and a 7:30 concert for the mixed choir students. We would love to have you in attendance at any or all of those events, so thank you so much for your support. At this time, we want to recognize students in all three areas, their excellence, their performance, and the things they've done. We're going to begin with the theater students and the thespians. So at this time, I'd like to welcome Ms. Hayes to the stage and allow her to do her thing.
All right, just to make everybody upset, I'm gonna move the mic down for myself. I am the shortest one. Good evening, everybody. This is so weird for me because, like Mark was saying, this is actually my very first in-person anything at the end of the year. It's kind of crazy to think that so many of you I haven't actually met. If you're a newer parent to my department, and some of you guys I haven't seen in a year. It's been a crazy year for us in the theater department. Our very first show was virtual, which was an experience for all of us involved. Our second show of the year, our one act, we were so successful. We had a wonderful run and ended up getting third at state and having an actress named overall best actress for that show. Yeah, so it's been a really great year. We have a handful of awards that we give out every year. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Probably the biggest award that we give out in the theater department is through our Thespian Society. Thespian Society is an honor society for theater. It is international, it is all over the world. Many famous actors that you know were thespians in high school. So it's a really big deal. And every year we pick two thespians. It used to be one male and one female, and at this point we're just kind of doing it two people that we think are really outstanding and have done a lot for making Thespian Society grow and move forward. I'm going to ask all of my people that we're going to call up for drama awards right now, that once we call you up, can you come up this way, but then can you stay up here? Just because we have a lot of people we're honoring and we don't want you to like go down and come back up. So my very first award, our outstanding thespians are two people that have just done so much this year. They have grown our program. Both of them have been involved in thespians for most of their high school career. And they have not only grown our program this year, but they've made it a place where people really want to come, where people feel accepted and kind of feel like it's their home away from home at school. So our outstanding thespians for the spring of 2021 are Shannon Engel and John Stutznager. Of course, John is singing. All right, so our next award is a new award that we created last year. It is Crew MVP. Our Crew MVP is someone that we just could not possibly do a show without. This person has had a special job of being my right-hand person all year, and I'm so glad I get another year with them because I am going to cry the day I lose them. So our Crew MVP this year is Kaylee Harrington. used to be an award that went to the person who logged the most set crew hours, and while that is a very important thing, we decided last year to change it up a bit and have it be the person usually decided by Mr. Kimberly. I'll give my input, of course, but he's the ultimate decider on this award. So these are the people who are backstage building the beautiful set that you can't see behind us, and really just making it a beautiful stage picture. So this year, our Golden Hammer, we have two. It is Ben Blunker and Shane Miller. Okay. So our next series of awards are for performances in our shows this year. So this year we had our fall cabaret, which was virtual. We had our one act, and then we also have our spring play. These are voted on by the faculty who are involved in all three shows. So we kind of get together and discuss who we think we should nominate, and then we kind of decide who we think should win each award. So a little different than the Oscars, but same kind of feel. Yeah, we can talk about that later. So, Best Actor in a Play this year goes to John Stutznager in You Can't Take It With You. I will tell you, this next award was the easiest and the hardest because we actually have had a million phenomenal female performances this year. But it was kind of unanimous between all of us that when someone is named the outstanding actress in all of Class A, they're probably the best actress. So our best actress for 2020-2021 is Shannon Engel. All right, our next award is Best Supporting Actor in a Play. This is a person who is actually in the middle of their very first role on stage, and yet they are knocking it out of the park every single night, and I can't wait for hopefully all of you to get to see them do this. So our Best Supporting Actor in a Play is Shane Miller, and You Can't Take It With You. And last but not least, our Best Supporting Actress is a person who is doing a phenomenal job in the show they're in right now, but really brought a new level to the character that they played in the one act this fall. So our Best Supporting Actress in a Play is Holly Robinson in The Miracle. And of course, she's sitting as far away as possible. All right. So, what we're going to do now is we're just going to really quickly honor our outgoing thespian leadership and honor our new thespian leadership. So if you would come on up when we call your name. So our 2020-2021 thespian leadership, if you want to go to the next slide. Our president was Shannon Engel, our vice president was John Stutznager, our secretary was Shelby Tracy, and our historian was Kaylee Harrington. Come on up, guys. All right, and our upcoming officer leadership for 2021-2022 is President Kelly LeBon, Vice President Kaylee Harrington, Secretary Ava Woods, Historian Rachel Bernier, and a very new social chair / webmaster, as they call it in the thespian world, and she loves being called webmaster, Maddie Everett. So, you guys can go ahead and head back down. Thank you so much, all of our honorees. if you want to head to our next slide, we don't have an award for this, but we just want to acknowledge them. Again, you earn points in Thespian Society. Honor Thespian is someone who has achieved 60 or more Thespian points. We have 2 of those people, Shane Miller and John Stutzmaker. Yep, we can go. And to be known as a national honor thespian, you have to hit 120 thespian points, and we have one of those, that is Shannon Engel. I've only got one more thing for you before I pass it off, and that is the thing that most of these people have been so excited for. And only 3 people in this room even know what this is. So this is our season for next year. Our fall play is a show that I am dying to direct. It is a play with music, it is fun, it is adventurous, it will have a very interesting set, which we are very excited to design. So our fall play next year is Peter and the Starcatcher. And yes, if any of you guys have read the books, the play is directly based off of the books, which are a prequel to Peter Pan. So it's the story of how Peter Pan and Captain Hook became Peter Pan and Captain Hook. So that is our fall play. Our one act next year. Our one act is a very famous play that is about what happens when rumors are spread. It is about the different kinds of love and how we express love to each other. Just a really great show with some really outstanding roles that will hopefully get us even more acting nominations this year. So our one act this year is The Children's Hour. And for our spring play, while it may be the lesser known of the 3 plays, the spring play is a phenomenal play that both Mr. Kimberly and I are dying to direct. It is one of both of our favorites. It involves a ton of Irish accents, so all of you who can do an Irish accent, you might want to be getting on it right now. So our spring play for 2022 is Dancing at Lunasa. Thank you guys so much for an outstanding year, and I am going to pass it on to Lindsay.
Hello. Hi. Okay. I only have 2 awards to give, but I will keep this fairly brief. Those of you who don't know, the treble choir is made up of all soprano alto voices, soprano 1, soprano 2, and alto. This year is probably the smallest I've had since I've been here, and I've been here, I think, 9 years. Something like that. And however, I do have to say, we came prepared to, I guess they would say, slay the competition from districts. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to do that this year. However, my treble choir really has stepped up with the 37 members that we have this year. We shrunk in half literally from last year. And they have just stepped up and done amazing work, and I truly appreciate the work they've put in. So, enough of the sappy stuff. Let's go into more of the sappy stuff. I have, like I said, just 2 awards to give. The first one is to the overall outstanding treble choir member. This goes out normally to a 9th, 10th, and 11th grade or 11th grade student, mainly because I just decided to put that in today. That's how it's going to happen. Over the past several years, this individual has gone out of their way to help me out whenever they could. This person's attitude has always kept the spirit of the treble choir lifted, even when we were, I guess, burnt out, which was a lot. Her devotion to this group has shown through immensely, whether it is being a leader in the choir or, as I call her, my personal secretary. She just wants to make us better. She really showed me how detail-oriented she truly is. especially this year by helping lead sectionals and setting an example of my true expectations. The choir, as well as myself, truly appreciate everything she has done to help us get through this relatively difficult year. This year's Outstanding Treble Choir member goes to Dalila Cardona. I'll have to read the whole thing for her class tomorrow again, it's fine. I'll do it in class. Okay, so then I'll just move on. My final award of the evening goes to this year's Outstanding Senior in Treble Choir. From time to time, I knew this individual, from the time I knew this individual as a freshman, I could tell they had leadership potential, even though they didn't even think this at the time. This person worked hard at not just choir, but all of their academics through their 4-year stay in high school. As they grew older, I could see the shy and timid individual grow into a compassionate, fun-loving, and sometimes very outspoken young adult. We feel that one of the most rewarding traits of our job as teachers is watching a scared young teenager blossom into a charismatic, mature young adult ready to conquer the world. This person is one of the many reasons I truly love being an educator. This year's Outstanding Senior for Treble Choir goes to Alex Baser. They're coming. All right, well, that's all I got. So I'm gonna pass the mic on to Mr. Herman. Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your year. Thank you.
Each year, the NSAA allows activities or asks activities to recognize academic all-state membership. I think that's where we are here, yeah. So the NSAA recognizes students in each activity as academic all-state students. So we have 2 from the music department and 2 from the one-act cast. Our academic all-staters here go are Shannon Engel, Shane Miller, Holly Robinson, and Logan Schlotman. Congratulations. As we translate or transition here into the Vocal Music Awards in my area of vocal music, it's important that you recognize as a 20-year educator, 20-year veteran of the field, 22 years actually now, the transition I've gone through as a teacher and the value I now place on my students being independent musicians who can walk out of Fremont High School and go be musicians anywhere and everywhere and be the best people in the room for leading those ensembles. It's truly valuable to me that our students are skilled musicians as they walk out the door. And that's not recognized more in our department than through our Sight Reading Olympics curriculum. Sight Reading Olympics is a 9th and 10th grade competition. It happens in the fall and in the spring. It is a fight to the death, a head-to-head battle, if you will, where students are shown an exercise, a short vocal exercise, have just a few seconds to decipher what's happening, and then in front of their peers live, perform those exercises. They are truly reading it by sight the very first time. And I've really watched, as we've done this now, the 3rd year, this experience translate into some unbelievably skilled young people walking out the door. We started with this year's seniors when they were sophomores, and haven't had the opportunity yet to recognize the winners of the Sight Reading Olympics. So I'd like to recognize them all right now. So there are 3 years of winners for the Sight Reading Olympics as we go here next. These are previous year's winners. In the fall of 2018, please come to the stage. Shannon Engel and Noah Sorensen battled until the bell rang, and we had to just name them a time. We didn't have a chance to do that in the fall of 2018, their sophomore year. That spring, Holly Robinson was our winner. Last fall, Joel Moore won the fall awards, and then the spring awards didn't happen. And this fall, we added Abby Bigsby to that list of outstanding musicians who have excelled in Sight Reading Olympics. We will have one more champion here in the next couple of weeks as we finish up the school year in that group. I'm sure they're very excited to hear that. Where they will fight to the death, not the death, but until we have a champion. I'm so thankful for their willingness to sort of throw caution to the wind and just put themselves out there to do the thing. So I want to just recognize those folks. Do we have Abby? Sophomores. Okay. There's also a trophy being made for the Sight Reading Olympics champions. It's been in the works for 2 years. The person making the trophy keeps starting the trophy and then selling the trophy. So he keeps selling that specific trophy to somebody else. So we had another conversation this week. I hope that we'll have a trophy here by the end of the year, so they'll have a chance to witness their names on the plaques there. But congratulations to you folks. I appreciate you so much. Congratulations. Each year in the spring, the vocal music and the instrumental music departments participate in district music contests. We do so at various levels, depending on the year and the activity happening. This year's contest was truncated. We decided in the District 2 area to not participate with large ensembles, either vocally or instrumentally. And so we just participated with solos and small groups. So Fremont Public Schools or Fremont High School sent a number of students there. I'd like the vocal music students who participated at district music contests to stand, please. Where are you, vocal music, district music people? We had 8 solo and small groups here. As we advance here through district music contests, these were the ensembles and their ratings. You see excellent and superior ratings. The 3 excellent ratings on the board were all within a point or 2 of superior ratings, and superior rating is the highest rating you can get. So these were our small ensembles here, and some of these folks were members. We also had 5 soloists, with our soloists standing as well. We just found out today, this afternoon, as we advance to the slide, that they recognized honorable mention and outstanding performers in a room. And in the room where we had our soloists, we had both the outstanding soloist and the honorable mention soloist. So congratulations to Rachel Bernier being named the outstanding honorable mention soloist, and Shannon Engel for being the outstanding performer in the room. Congratulations. We're always waiting for direction. I tell the story every year. I'll do it very shortly. When I was a senior in high school, we had an award like the next one, voted on by our peers, recognizing excellence in the ensemble that we're singing in. I was the president of the choir my senior year. I'd made every honor choir available to the students in my school. I'd been a member of the musical cast for 3 years. I really believed I should win the award. And my choir director made the announcement in class, so you can imagine my surprise when I was halfway out of my chair. She said, the outstanding vocal music student of the year for, I won't say the year, is Robbie Valenta, because my name is not Robbie Valenta. Robbie was a sophomore in the choir and went on to win the award one other time when he was a senior, and I was very angry that I didn't win the award. And I marched into her office, my director's office, and I demanded to know what happened. And she told me that I didn't want to know. And I said, I demand to know, I deserve to know, I worked hard for you, I deserve to know. And when I finally broke her down, she said, Mark, you received 1 vote. I voted for myself. It was the first moment in my musical career when I realized that being the most talented person in the room doesn't matter. Being the person you feel like was the most accomplished doesn't matter. It's your attitude, it's your effort, it's the things that you do every day to make the people around you better that allow you the opportunity to really shine. And I'm not bitter anymore. But if Robbie Valenta was here, I wouldn't be recognizing him tonight. But we are going to recognize some students who uphold the standard that Robbie Valenta set and not the one I set. Some people who are truly concerned about making the others around them better and doing the things that they feel they need to do to allow the others in the room to shine. The National School Choral Award is a nationally recognized award, generally given to varsity ensemble students, but we already had that award in place, the Outstanding Vocal Music Student. So we award it to the outstanding student in our JV choir. It's voted on by the students, so it means something. It means that your peers look at you as a leader and recognize you as somebody who values the program. I couldn't be more honored to recognize the outstanding sophomore this year, the National School Choral Award winner, 2020-21, Cade Rasmussen. If Cade were being honest, he wouldn't do this to me because he's a good person, but he would tell you that when we put out the voting list, I spelled his name Cale Rasmussen, not Cade. And so clearly they thought more of him than I did because I spelled his name wrong. Well, I'm so sorry I did that. I can't apologize enough, but I'm so thankful for your hard work. Thanks for everything you do. The Bob Yannicke Scholarship is a scholarship that lives with the Fremont Area Community Foundation, the school foundation there, and they recognize students who participated in vocal music and are going on to a 4-year school. Bob Yannicke is a former choir director here at Fremont High School. Spent 34 years teaching in the classroom that I teach in. Bob was here last week and is going to be here again this week for some rehearsal with some students. He continues to make a mark not only in the Fremont community, but on the Fremont Public Schools, and particularly in my department. About 15 years ago, we had an elementary music teacher who was a voice major who wanted to start a studio in town. So she took on 6 or 7 students. And I had students who were taking private voice, and I was so happy for them, and they were so excited. And until one Friday afternoon, I had a student come in to tell me that they had showed up to their lesson the night before, and there was a note on the door that said they were no longer providing lessons. And not only that, they had left town. They had left the job during the middle of the school year. They were going to go to Florida, and they were going to go perform at Disney. That's great, but they left us high and dry. I called Bob, and I said, Bob, can you take on some students? Would you be willing? So 15 years ago, Bob Yannicke created a studio in his home to bring in students to do voice lessons with. And for 15 years, he has provided unbelievable guidance to so many students. I can't thank him enough for the time and effort he's put in. This year's Bob Yannicke Scholarship winner is somebody who emulates that Bob Yannicke attitude, the things that Bob is excited about, participates in, and has been a student of Bob's. This year's Bob Yannicke Scholarship winner is Shannon Hingle. The Booster Club offers scholarships as well. They are currently reviewing applications and making final decisions. We are going to announce the Booster Club scholarship winners on May 10th. So those of you who are interested in knowing scholarship winners, have I got a deal for you? 7:30, May 10th, we'll be here doing our spring concert, and we'll announce the scholarship winners that evening. And our final award is the Outstanding Vocal Music Student of the Year Award. This is recognizing the outstanding senior in the choir, somebody who represents the best of what Fremont High School has to offer. This student has been at my side for a long time, someone who has worked really, really hard, often in the shadows. They have not always been recognized in the way that they deserve to be recognized, I believe. And tonight, they've been recognized by their peers as the Outstanding Vocal Music Student at Fremont High School. The 2020-2021 Outstanding Vocal Music Student of the Year is Holly Robbins. One more round of applause for our organization. I'd like to welcome Doug Bogats to the stage to do the Instrumental Awards. Is he around somewhere or did he go home? Oh, here he comes. Good evening, everybody. So back in November, we had several students that went through the all-state audition process through the Nebraska Music Educators Association. There was no conference this year, it was virtual, and there was a performance element, but we have yet to see the performance videos. So at this point, we had a day where they attended some virtual workshops, 2 in some cases. And they have the honor of being labeled as all-state representatives. This year we had an astounding 12 students, so we'd like to recognize all of them. I'd like to very quickly bring them up on stage. Let's wait until the end to give all of them their applause. But those 12 students include Amara Baker for choir, this is her first year. Alex Bigsby for choir, this is his first year. Shannon Engel for choir, this is her second year. Rachel Grenier, choir, this is her first year, and she is the first choral member to make it as a freshman. Yukina Higashi, orchestra winds, this is her third year. Caitlin Johnson for orchestra, this is her second year. Amelia Knosp for choir, this is her first year. Titus Menning for choir, this is his first year. Joel Moore for choir, this is his first year. Holly Robinson for choir, this is her first year. Jacob Santora for band, this is his second year. And finally, John Stutznager for choir, this is his first year. Let's congratulate these outstanding students. There's one additional honor band that I would like to point out. This year we had a all-national representative. This is done through NMEA's umbrella organization, NAFME, or the National Association for Music Education. This year, Yukina Higashi for band was honored to be an all-national band member, so let's congratulate her for that. I'm pleased to announce our awards this evening. In the back of the auditorium at the mezzanine, as you guys are leaving tonight, you will see 4 different boxes filled with envelopes. Those are certificates and other things that go to the instrumental music students. If you are in any instrumental, if you are in multiple instrumental groups, that being band, orchestra, jazz band, or color guard, there will be a box for you over on the far left side as I'm looking at it. Then there will be a box for just band students, just orchestra students, and just color guard students. Again, this is just instrumental music only. We had shown the letter winners for every ensemble prior to starting tonight. They will also be recognized at our concert next week on May 4th. Okay, we're going to start with the Band Booster Scholarships. Band Booster Scholarships are awarded to seniors that go through an application process through our Band Booster organization. And this year, we are pleased to announce that we have 4 recipients, and I would love all 4 of them to come up here and receive their certificate. Please congratulate Ryan Gallo, Shane Miller, Nicholas Morales-Lowe, and Logan Schlein. Booster Scholarship winners. A couple years ago, our Band Booster organization started a scholarship, and we called it the Dr. Brian Anderson Scholarship. We felt it was necessary to have an additional scholarship for students who are choosing to go into music as a major in college. And I'm proud to announce that we have a recipient for that tonight. Our Dr. Brian Anderson Scholarship winner for tonight is going to be Caitlin Johnson. Come on, Caitlin. All right, next we got some merit awards. First up, we have our Percussion Section Leader Merit Award. This goes to a percussion student that throughout the year has showcased outstanding leadership. And I have to say, it's not just this year that this individual has showcased some outstanding leadership, but all 4 years that I've known this person. And even actually a little bit before that, when I was visiting the middle school, I do remember seeing this student, kind of looking over the percussion section, making sure that the music was where it was supposed to be, and that, the mallets and the drumsticks were organized. And I remember thinking, it's gonna be nice to have a student that kind of has that mindset coming in. It's just, there's something that needs to be done, and I'm gonna be the one who does it. And that kind of, that kind of initiative has really paid off many times for this individual in high school, not just for the band program, but everything that this person is involved with, including right away, their freshman year, filled a pretty necessary hole in one of our jazz bands. There was big shoes to fill in this particular section of the jazz band, and it's a big deal for a freshman, but I was very, very glad that they did it. I'm very pleased to announce that this year's Percussion Section Leader Merit Award winner is Amelia Canals. Chase has just got here from the game. All right, next I would like to recognize our 3 drum majors with their own merit award, including Katie, who's going to receive last year's as well. When all of this went down, and we were trying to plan for what to do in the fall, usually, you know, I take a lot of days over the summer just to make sure that we've got everything organized. I employ student help, mostly drum major help. And it was a bit of a change for a lot of people. For me in particular, I wasn't even allowed in the building, except for certain cases, and certainly not at the beginning of the summer. And there was a time where I had all 3 drum majors come in. We had the selection process over Zoom, not ideal, but I'm glad to say I think we made some pretty good choices. You know, it was interesting to just kind of approach it and say, all right, we're all new to this. Even if we have experience, this is something that's going to be way different for everybody. How are we going to go about this? And I'm just thrilled that these 3 individuals stepped right up and did a phenomenal job in a year that, quite frankly, nobody had planned for and nobody was prepared for. So this is a skill that is absolutely going to take them far. Please congratulate our 3 drum majors from this past year, Yukina Higashi, Caitlin Johnson, and Bethany Miller. Okay, we've got 3 senior awards by section. We're going to start with Woodland, top of the score. This individual, you know, is somebody that, you know, not only in the section that they play in has been a rock, essentially, for the past couple of years. Just somebody that I can completely rely on, who's not afraid to kind of find new challenges and find new ways to contribute to the performing ensemble, but not only in, you know, concert band, but in other groups too, and has demonstrated very effective leadership, not only by example, but also in literal leadership positions. We're gonna miss this presence, absolutely, in the band program overall, starting next year, but I know this individual is going to go far and probably will visit from time to time, and I certainly hope that she does. The Woodwind Musicianship Award this year goes to Layla Courier. Next, we have our Senior Brass Musicianship Award. This goes to a student who, I have to say, speaking of visiting the middle school and visiting these students before they get here and making those connections, this is a student who, at first, I was thinking, okay, there's a high ceiling here. I saw that the work ethic was there, but the playing ability, maybe not quite so much in 7th and 8th grade. It's okay, it's all right. But I have to say that this is the absolute example of what hard work can do. This individual took it upon themselves to really kind of dig in their freshman year and beyond, and really kind of take initiative in their own standing within everything. And I have to say, has been a very helpful and talented part of the organization, and we're absolutely going to miss him in the trombone section next year. This is going to go to Ryan Gallagher. All right. Senior Percussion Musicianship Award. This goes to a student who, ever since they started here, I've never really had to worry about them. I mean, the kind of student where you give them what they need, you give them time to work on it, they're going to learn it, and then they're going to ask for more. And that's good in and of itself. But what I truly appreciate about this student, what I've seen in the past couple of years in particular, is that they really have taken the mantle of being a leader just by example. Being older, being somebody that can take other students under their wing and just kind of show them the right way without having to be, too performative about it. This person was somebody that I think will absolutely succeed in everything they choose to do, and likely will right away in college and beyond. And I'm just hoping that I can keep in touch with them throughout the years just to see how they're doing and everything that they're going to be successful in going on. So I'm really happy to award this year's Senior Percussion Musician Award to Alexander Berry. Okay, we have first chair award winners. This goes to a senior who not only is an excellent example of leadership and musicianship, but also has earned first chair in their respective section in the symphonic band. First we'll go to Woodwind. This individual is very much the prototypical force that works behind the scenes. And I'm pleased to say, any challenge that I've given them or anything, they have just taken and ran with and absolutely succeeded in. But it's the kind of thing that not often is seen or recognized by their peers. Not because, the peers are not appreciative. Absolutely, I know that they are deep down. But this is the kind of person that will take on a role that isn't necessarily center stage, isn't necessarily in the spotlight, isn't necessarily the first thing that you think of, but will absolutely, accomplish their music very highly every single time and will contribute to the ensemble, even if it's in a little bit less obvious way. And I have to say that the leadership that this person has shown, especially the past couple of years and everything that they've chosen to be involved with, not only here with instrumental music, but every part of the high school that they get involved with, it's going to be some big shoes to fill. So I'm very happy to present tonight's first chair senior woodwind performer to Nicholas Morales Lowe. Our first chair senior brass performer is somebody that has always been looking for that next challenge. And I have to say, there is something also for a teenager that comes in and never complains about anything. I can tell you in my line of work, that's a pretty rare thing. And it's kind of indicative of this person's personality in that they see the situation, they see the steps to either correct or better a situation, and they just simply take those steps. And I know it's not just with band. I know it's in other things that this person is involved with through conversations I've had with this individual and just things that I've heard through the grapevine. This person is going to be very successful in everything that they choose to do. And I'm very, very sad to see this person go, but know that they're going to go far. So I am very pleased to present this first chair senior brass performer to Logan Schlottman. All right, we're to the top awards within the band program. Now, one of the things that I love about these is not only that we get to recognize some outstanding students, but also I don't get to choose them, which takes a lot of pressure off of me. This is going to be voted on by their peers, and first we're going to start with the Woody Herman Jazz Award. The Woody Herman Jazz Award goes to the top vote recipient in Jazz 2, as voted by their peers. And I have to say that not only did the students make the right choice, as they always do, but this individual really did stick out to me throughout the year as somebody that just took their position and ran with it, and absolutely has been bringing it every single rehearsal. I never have to worry about them showing up late. I never have to worry about them not practicing or looking at the part. I never have to worry about asking them to solo or, you know, make this subtle change or this sort of thing. Just, yep, all right, and just does it. And I will tell you, not only is this just, you know, part of their personality and something that makes them such an amazing student, it is also something that is going to be very helpful as they continue to develop within the band program and beyond here at Fremont High School. So this year's Woody Herman Jazz Award recipient is Bryce Reason. Next up is the Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award. This goes to the top sophomore as voted by their peers. And typically when I send out these ballots, I like to send out a little bit of a description of what winners have been like in the past. For this one, I'd say that they exemplify the top in work ethic, in attitude, and overall demeanor. And I have to say, especially with those two, this individual has that in spades. Not only is this person a very talented musician, and they are, not only are they amongst a lot of very talented musicians within their section, because they are, but I have to say, I do not find a day where there is not a smile on this individual's face. And, you know, especially, and, you know, I know that we're all wearing masks, diligently so, but you can still tell when they just come in with that nice bubbly attitude. And of course, you know, there's that brief moment where they are playing their instrument, the mask has to be down. It's been fun to teach this individual, just to put it plainly. And I'm very, very excited to see what they can accomplish when they move up to symphonic band, and will absolutely, I'm sure, kick butt there as well. So this year's Patrick S. Gilmore Award winner will be Cade Rasmussen. All right, it's time to recognize some seniors here. First, we will start with the National School Orchestra Award. The National School Orchestra Award goes to the top senior within the orchestra program as voted on by their peers. And again, going back to some descriptors, things to help the students along. It is top marks within the orchestra program for musical achievement, attitude, work ethic, and leadership. This individual has that in spades. I have been lucky to work with a student as much as I have this past year. Not only have they been exceptional within the orchestra, but has been very, very involved in the band program. Similar to kind of things I was talking about a little bit earlier with a lot of behind the scenes stuff. This is the kind of student where I can never, well, I feel a little bad sometimes, but I can never really feel too bad about saying, hey, we got to get this done, because, you know, all the time they'll just say, okay, great, let's get it done. And absolutely is somebody that has contributed so many things to so many departments within this building, not only on the fine arts wing, but throughout. Their presence is going to be missed everywhere. To wit right now, the orchestra, but I have to say, for the band program and beyond. So I am thrilled to announce that this year's National School Orchestra Award winner is Caitlin Johnson. Next up is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. Louis Armstrong Jazz Award goes to the top jazz performer as voted on by their peers. And this individual took a pretty difficult job right away. There was a need within our top jazz program. And I have to say, without a strong person on this seat, a jazz program just does not swing. And for 4 years, I can very confidently say that just about anything that I've handed out to the band, and there's been some challenging turns, I can trust them to look at it, to go home, woodshed, listen, find all the nuances, and come back and basically lead the band. This is a presence that is absolutely going to be missed within our Jazz One going forward. But I know that the contributions that they made will have reverberations for years to come, just because, well, we know it's possible. I will also say that it takes a special kind of musician to be able to play this instrument and be able to listen and really key in to everything that's going on around them. Sometimes it's very easy to get within one's bubble. It's like, okay, I have to play this certain thing this certain way, it has to be at this certain speed, we just go from there. But I never really had to work too hard at all, really, to let them know, all right, be listening to what the soloists are doing. Be listening to what the trombones are doing. Be listening to what the trumpets are doing. and support that. And they will do that every single time, exactly what I'm asking for. I'm very, very proud to announce that this year's Louis Armstrong Jazz Award winner will go to Alexander Bixby. Can we get one more applause, Mr. Kimberly over here for doing a really good job? I mean, he's a performer, so he knows stage lights, but this is a long time to be up on stage and walking around, so very well appreciated. All right, our very last band award is the top band award that we give, and that is the John Philip Sousa Award. This goes to the top senior in the band program. And is voted on by their peers. It's hard to dispute that this individual is a natural leader. They are. Ever since they came in as a freshman, they were the type of person that was not bossy, had my way or the highway, that sort of thing, but was strong-willed in such a way that you just kind of look at them and say, oh, yeah, you know what they're doing. I'm just going to follow that. And I have to say, that's the kind of leadership that is rare at a high school level. A lot of people just kind of wait for instructions. I'm lucky in my job to teach many, many students who do what they're told, which is great. I love that part of my job. But it is kind of rare to have a student who knows what the right answer is, what the right thing to do is, and will people to follow along with them and do the right thing with them. And I think, personally, this is why many of their peers chose this individual to receive this award. Seems just built for them. So, I'm very proud to announce this year's John Philip Sousa Award winner to be Shane Miller. In just a second, I'm going to invite Mr. Harmon back up on stage. Before I do that, we may not have told the seniors this. I don't really remember. But seniors, we're going to embarrass you one more time. We would like all seniors in this room to line up as best they can up here in front of the stage. Doesn't need to be in alphabetical order or anything. Line up in front of the stage here if we have some extra space or need some extra space going along the walls here so that we can recognize you properly for the evening. So while we're transitioning here, the seniors can come on up, and Mr. Hartman will close things up for you. Thank you. As they're making their way here, how about a round of applause? benefits of being an educator is having the opportunity to work with young people, as Ms. Sassy stated earlier, and watch them grow and change and develop into the young people, the young adults that are going to lead us into the next step in life. One of the real benefits of being a music educator is that we often get to see those students for multiple years doing this group of students has, over the course of the last 4 years, endured challenge, adversity, things in the school that are typical for a 4-year period of time, like grades they've missed or things they wish they would have had a chance to do, or heartbreak or whatever it is. But they've also endured catastrophic flooding in our community, many of these folks were at the front line of helping to get the community back on track. They've been through the most unbelievably strange year of school in my lifetime. I can't recall anything like this. They lost the last quarter of their junior year. Many of the things they lost during those times were some of their first prom, in our case, the first musical for them, those sorts of things. And they've done all of that by being and continue to be the leaders of the school. I don't think you find a better group of students in the whole building than you're looking at right here with this group of young people. It's because of young people like this, Mr. Bogatz and I sought out an opportunity called the Tri-M National Music Honor Society. This is a nationally recognized honor opportunity for students in high school music programs. Fremont High School has never had a Tri-M chapter in the past. We have talked about doing one for a few years, and an opportunity came up for us to apply for a grant in January. And so Mr. Bogatz and I filled out an application. In late February, we were notified that we had indeed received a grant to start a Tri-M chapter. So this group of senior musicians are the inaugural class of Fremont High School's Tri-M Music Honor Society, in honor of all the work and all the efforts they put in, also in honor of the type of people we would want to lead that program. So congratulations, folks. You didn't know this was happening. This is new, but we're so thankful for your efforts and your time and the things that you've done to continue to mold and shape this program. Thank you so much. So congratulations. The best part about being a part of the honorary first class is you don't really have to do anything. So you just get named. You're not going to have to do applications or anything like that. More information will be forthcoming about Tri-M as we move into next school year and that sort of thing. But congratulations. The final award for the evening is the Fine Arts Student of the Year. One of well, stay here, seniors, don't go there. One of the reasons we pushed so hard to do a fine arts banquet like this, rather than 3 separate events, something like this, was because we knew that there was a reason for us to recognize excellence in all of our departments as a Fine Arts Student of the Year. It just so happened that last year was a difficult time for us to make that happen and did that virtually. It also was last year that we lost Dr. Brian L. Anderson, longtime band director at Fremont High School. That was during last school year. And so we thought no better time to inaugurate a Fine Arts Student of the Year award in his honor and his name, the Brian L. Anderson Fine Arts Student of the Year. This year we're going to recognize 2 students in this senior class who have gone above and beyond, not only in the vocal music department, not only in the instrumental department, not only in the theater, but in multiple arenas. They have been leaders, they have been in the forefront, they have been people behind the scenes, although not always seen doing the things behind the scenes. And we are so thankful for the efforts and the time and the care that they have shown to the department, and the trust they placed in us to be a part of that journey with them. It is with great honor that we recognize two Brian L. Anderson Fine Arts Students of the Year, Holly Robinson and Shannon Amos. Congratulations, ladies. With that, I would just urge you, with the cell phone that you silenced at the beginning of this event, to go to your calendar and mark April 25th, 2022 for next year's Fine Arts Awards Banquet. We'd love to have you back. Have a great evening. Please drive safely.